How's your heart today? It's not that night brings sadness closer. It's that daytime tosses us enough light to find our way home. Even with blurred vision, tired limbs, muffled ears, you can still feel the street under your feet. At night the world is quieter, but the path is still there. Forgetting is not the same as moving on. Some unnamed feeling from an old story stays, a slow ember hidden beneath the ash. You might not be able to name it when someone asks, but the ache is honest. It lives in the small, sudden prick of the chest, the moments when the day collapses into something too loud and heavy. Understanding sorrow doesn't mean mastering it. We have evidence of that. Look at me. I can explain the anatomy of my grief and still find no joy. There is a cruel logic we forget. If I had truly overcome it, I could no longer understand it the way I do now. This is a private ache, precise and stubborn. Crowds do not cure loneliness. Sometimes you fall through the busy air into a hole only you can feel. A hollow seat at the back of a cafe, a single chair under a street lamp, and later a different empty chair in your room, where memory settles in like dust. Love is not automatically a romantic story. Love requires the other heart to answer. Otherwise it becomes performance. Sacrifice folded into expectation, devotion stamped into demand. When you carry love like a ledger, waiting for the other to balance it, you risk turning tenderness into obligation. There is no shared world by default. That myth hurts. People return to you as friends when the romance dies. They return to themselves in their own ways. If someone switches sides, they cannot stand in two camps at once. Being hopelessly infatuated is not a virtue. If they no longer love you, perhaps what they need is solitude in their own safe keeps. Places where chance of meeting you is small, and that is how they find peace. The stories are already written for them, the laughs already had, the hands already held. Please don't burn yourself on one way to be loved. Give both yourself and the one you love a chance to find happiness again, even if it blooms with someone else. The person who comes after you is still their choice, and that choice deserves to be honored. Do not wear the ending as a mark of worthlessness. Maybe, in the architecture of our minds, sorrow is inevitable in love. If love never caused pain, we would have no sad songs, no novels that scrape the ribs. We might never write down the ways it hurt if it did not wound deeply. And the danger is that fiction teaches us to repeat its patterns, to convert cinematic heartbreak into everyday ritual. I am sorry for how often I put you into my sentences, as if you owed me anything. You did nothing wrong. Yet if you must hate me for saying that, send the message, call me out, tell me you despise what I am. Let me see that I am not invisible in your life. Because every piece of counsel I press into these words today is, in truth, advice I give myself. Am I foolish? Perhaps. But existence is not a warranty for joy. It is not a promise that we will taste happiness simply by surviving. Happiness often arrives as an afterthought, recognized only after it has left. We are poor at spotting what is warm until it becomes cold. I know this much: the quiet inside you is real. You catalog its shapes in the margins of your day. A half-sipped coffee gone cold, a ringtone you ignore, the sudden emptiness of a bed when dawn arrives. You try to name things to make them manageable, but language sometimes betrays us. It smooths the corners of pain until the edges disappear, while the bruise remains. If I could, I would ask you to be kinder to your present self. Don't treat your own wounds like evidence of failure. They are maps, not indictments. They show where you have loved and where you have been brave enough to feel. There is no moral single path to healing. There is only the long, quiet work of waking up to oneself. I write to you with the clumsy devotion of someone attempting to be better. You are not dead. You are not a promise to be cashed in later. You were a person who sat across from me and shared time, fragile, true, and finite. If I have haunted you in my words, know that my haunting is mostly a poor attempt at fidelity to the fact that I cared, and to the fact that I still do. Let these lines be a small truce between us. Not asking for forgiveness, not claiming absolution, only honesty. If you can, tell me one thing that hurts. Let it land. Let me learn how to hold it lightly, We are not the sum of our endings. We are the small midpoints, the in-between bites of days that taste like something ordinary. A late bus that comes, a friend's unexpected laugh, rain that washes the city glass clean. There is sorrow in our stories, yes, but there are also these stitches of ordinary grace. They will gather you slowly. If you have to be somewhere, be where you can breathe. If you must love, love as much as you can without losing sight of yourself. And if you fail, do not commemorate the failure as proof of unworthiness. It is proof you attempted, that you felt with a full chest, not in halves. I write this as both a song and a salve. I am telling you what I am learning the hard way, that pain and memory can coexist with small mercies. That sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to keep showing up, for the coffee, for the walk, for the call you say yes to. You are allowed to be whole again, in ways small and patient. You do not need permission from the past or validation from the one who left. You can gather the scattered pieces and make a life that is not defined only by what broke. If anything in my words finds you, hold it like a single candle in a dark room. Let it remind you the power to be gentle lives inside your own hands. Awake your power, not as a loud decree, but as a quiet decision each morning to stand, to breathe, to try. This is what I mean when I say, survive the ache, but do not decorate your life with it. Let the music of small things heal the shape of you. And when you are ready, step toward the light you deserve.